do it.
All right, wait.
Sips of wisdom.
Sips of wisdom, y'all.
Sips of wisdom.
I choked on my beer a little bit when I tried to say that.
Ooh.
So it came out as sips of wisdom.
Sips of wisdom.
That was almost really cool. Shooting. Sips of wisdom.
All
Let's
right,
go.
Let's do it. Today we're going to discover how People's Brewing Company became a beacon of racial and economic empowerment, and how White Lion Brewing found its way in the history and community to its craft, and will uncover the ancient festive origins of Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
So let's get excited about that.
Beer and love.
Beer and love.
Beer and love.
Not just another Tuesday.
Not just beer goggles. Beer and
Because
love.
it's not a real thing.
Did you know the first, one of the first black-owned breweries in the United States was People's Brewing Company in 1970. Wisconsin's first black-owned brewery, one of the first in the U.S. I feel like that kind of gets convoluted here and there.
As does many things.
Yeah, as does many things of history. Strange, you wouldn't think it'd be so confusing, but it is.
Writing things down is hard sometimes,
Fair.
especially when people can't read your typo.
Oh, yeah, fair. See what you did there? They started this and they aim to empower the black community through ownership and representation in the brewing space.
Yeah.
They faced a ton of challenges, lots of challenges, and unfortunately they only made it 2 years, and they are still like a beacon of progressive change in the space. Like I think they had like some crazy story where like their original cans were selling for like thousands of dollars, like unopened people's cans of beer. Really cool. Is it in museums? Like
that's where I got this article from. It was from the Brewers Association. They were checking out some of the cans that went into the museum.
Yeah. So Theodore Ted Mack was their goal was to offer beer, some symbolizing in a racial economic empowerment for the black community. And despite his innovative vision, they just had a lot of obstacles. They didn't make it through it, and they had backlash. And closed down in 1972.
Yeah.
So, too bad. It's not a great story, but they led the way, and they were a pioneer. It's 100%. Unfortunate that it feels like one of those stories that should still be around. It should be a place that people that love the craft beer space want to go to, and unfortunately, it just didn't make it.
We're going to talk about White Lion Brewing Company next. Did you know that they were established in 2014 by a gentleman named Raymond Berry Jr.? And not only is White Lion Brewing Company Springfield, Massachusetts' first beer brand, but it was black-owned as well.
So cool.
So it also ties back to the city's role in the Underground Railroad, which is pretty cool. And then the name itself is inspired by African folklore. It symbolizes prosperity. White Lion symbolizes prosperity and the aims to uplift the community and craft brewing industry, especially amongst the black and brown people. Especially amongst black and brown people. That sounded really weird. But anyway, pretty super cool story. I guess, so they're right on Main Street.
Okay.
And there's an old Methodist church, and that is the place that ties that Underground Railroad story together.
Cool.
They believe that was one of the stops on the Underground Railroad.
Wow.
Yep.
That's powerful.
Pretty cool.
I have a less powerful fun fact about that fun fact.
Yes.
Did you know that The Simpsons uses Springfield as the name of the town because like every state has a Springfield and you don't know what state they actually live in?
I did not know that, but I like that. Probably Springfield, Illinois.
Probably. But
They seem like Illinoisans.
They do.
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
All right, well, that's my extra fun fact. That's all you get for free, guys.
Bonus fun fact.
Bonus fun fact.
Yeah.
So through a lot of research on our own here, and trying to discover more and more about the beer space and the history of beer, is Valentine's Day in beer history, which is surprising to say The least because it is fairly unintertwined.
Unintertwined
There
is the right way to say that.
There is not a lot.
Basically, they drank beer. Maybe. Probably.
Maybe. Like, the whole story of Valentine's Day doesn't have a strong history. When we talk about, like, you wouldn't think history would be so hard, there is not a, like, agreed upon singular story of Valentine's. There's a lot of, like, crossover aspects of story. There's a lot of theories behind the story, but there isn't like a singular specific one. So
here's all we can tell you.
So, yeah. There's a lot of build up into a maybe fact kind of story of beer and Valentine's Day. Is that in the theories it was believed to have originated at a Roman festival of Lupercalia. I lost it. I was rolling.
Lupercalia?
Oh, Leah. All right. Of Lupercalia. Which is held in mid-February. This ancient festival celebrated fertility and included various rites and matchmaking lotteries to pair men and women together. And they're most likely served beer.
Yeah.
Another story that I heard was actually a beheaded priest who, I'm trying to think of how exactly the story went, but basically he would secretively marry, and his name was Valentine or something, and he would secretively marry people because, like, the church, because the king at the time didn't want people to be married because it, like, showed they were happier than him or something really silly, and so he forbidden it.
Like on Trollstice Day, where they can't eat trolls because the king can't eat trolls.
Exactly, and so he was marrying people, and then he was beheaded. And people probably drank beer while he was beheaded.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That would be my guess. That would be my guess.
Yeah, anyways, there's not a lot, for such a big holiday, there's not a lot of set in stone history on this one. But here we go. We did our best.
We can just give it to the candy companies then.
The chocolate companies.
Yeah.
Hershey's.
Give it to Hershey's. All right.